Welcome to me sitting on a pillow on my floor. I'm here to tell you about some things that I didn't know would exist once I got out into the real adult world. I'm almost 2 years out of college. Oh my god, that hurts to say. I'm almost 25. I'm 2 years out of college. My tax refund was $11. We're in the big leagues now. Oh, I gotta calm down. I wanted to discuss the things that no one really tells you. Like, alright, just go finish college and then you'll get a job and that's it. You're just in the world now. That's where they kind of leave off the advice. They don't really go into all the stuff that comes after that, which is most of life, is you not being in school, not having any guidance at all. Just like, all right, go do it. This is what we've been training you for this whole time. And you're like, I didn't get any training on this. No one prepared me for this. Oh my god, is everything so expensive? Oh my god. Like, just shelter, food, water, the basic necessities, transportation, that alone is so much money. That stuff's expensive, especially if you're trying to do it on your own. And then you got your student loans on top of that. You're trying to pay those back. You got freaking, I don't know, credit cards. You gotta put furniture in the house, like a rug. What business does a rug have being that expensive? How did anyone ever furnish anything? Like, I'm so confused how anyone has ever afforded to do anything. Why does everything cost so much money? Bread right now? $3.50. Get out. You are bread. What gives you the right? Okay? Not only is everything so expensive, no one really talks about it. Like, they just looks like it feels like people are always out spending money. They always have new cool things. They're always getting drinks at these bars where drinks are $15 each. I got a po' boy sandwich. Po' boy, as in slang for poor boy sandwich. $26. A drink with so little vodka in it that I couldn't taste it, $16. Get out. Get out of here. That some of you people are out here doing that every weekend. I simply refuse. I refuse to believe it. And you know why? Because I know for a fact, because I pay attention, some of y'all's parents are helping pay your rent or your other big expenses. That makes sense because that is how you can afford like $50 lunches. What is the deal? It makes me never want to go out to eat again. Every time I go out to eat, I'm like, wasn't that good? What is that? Like 3 or 4 hours of my workday good worth of food and drinks. Getting drunk isn't even that fun when it costs that much, because even the alcohol can't distract from the fact that you're spending so much goddamn money on poison. Huh? Make that one make sense. I'm moving on. Jumping off of the poison thing. No one prepared me for this. Coming from a party school, you're like, yeah, we drink. It's fun. Sometimes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, people are doing drugs. That's cool. But like, when we graduate, like, people will stop drinking like every day because they won't be in school anymore and they'll have like responsibilities and stuff. No, just alcoholics. Just like actually addicted to drugs. Fully functioning alcoholics, and some less functioning than others. And it's all under the guise of like, this is fun. On top of that, because these are like the people that you socialize with, you as the individual need to be like, okay, that's enough, I'm taking a week off. Or like, maybe I don't partake in that specific activity anymore because guess what? I don't love having a headache. Or if you have like a real issue, like seeking help for that issue. I have never had any like addiction issues, but I have had to set rules for myself. Like, I do not drink alone in my apartment because especially the first couple weeks that I had a work from home job, every night at 5, I was like, yes, I just sat and stared at a computer for 9 hours. Let's have a freaking White Claw. And then I would have, you know, sometimes it was 1, sometimes it was 3, and then you're just kind of drunk alone in your apartment. Like watching TV shows. And you can't really drive anywhere because you've now had too many drinks alone in your apartment. Basically, you have to actively choose to not become an addict or like not overexpose yourself to the things that could potentially make someone become an addict. And that's a very weird reality to face with yourself of like, huh, It's weird how normalized putting things in your body that maybe none of us should be doing. College very much puts you in the same place with the same people on a repeated basis. You're on campus, you're going to class, you have a shared interest in the thing that you're majoring in, or you're in some kind of club or sport or insert whatever else people do here. In adulthood, you kind of go searching and you're very intentional. Friends don't just pop up out of convenience the same way that they did in college. Like a lot of times in college you see the same thing of like, well, we all lived in the same dorm, so we saw each other every day, so that's how I became friends with these people. And then these are my friends from class because I see them every day, multiple times a day. Outside of college, people are busy. People have their own little lives, their own little worlds. Some people have children, some people have multiple jobs, some people were like me when I moved here and just go to work and go home, go to work, go home. If you want friends, not only do you have to seek them out far more intentionally, making specific plans and then trying to like get to those and then also be like entertaining. It's harder than dating. 100% in my opinion. Making and maintaining friendships is way harder than dating because once you do finally form a friendship, then you gotta like run through the last 20 something years of your life and get to know each other, and then you have to keep seeing each other. And some of my friends, I only get to see them like once a month, once every 2 months because our schedules won't match up. It's such a like two-way street of like, okay, let's try and make these plans, and just so you know, I haven't forgotten about you. I've just been crazy busy, and I hope that you know that I know that you haven't forgotten about me. I'm pretty sure you're just really busy, and I'm sorry I didn't text you back. I saw it and then immediately got sucked into something else and I completely forgot it existed. I think it's important to value your adult friendships just as much as like any relationship that you're gonna get into or your work or anything like that, because you need those like close female bonds. It sounds so corny to say, but it is really important. And even the friends that I have back in California, being sure to still reach out to them. See, one of them just fucking texted me right now. Being sure to still reach out to them and be like, hey, haven't forgotten about you. Just like living in a whole different state. Life's crazy. Growing up, dude, what do you have to do? Taxes, car registration, every year, ew. Paying your parking tickets when you get those. No one tell my dad, but sometimes I get parking tickets. So many administrative tasks that you have to do on top of your work and your fun and your hobbies and all of the, so many other things you gotta do all the freaking time, including like laundry and keeping your house clean. And then they're like, pay for all this stuff also. Go out of your way to log in and pay for all of this stuff. Very inconvenient. None of them take more than like 15 minutes. Just sit down and do them, okay? Maybe once a month, be like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm setting aside an hour. I don't want to do any of these, but I'm gonna sit down and do them. So otherwise they'll all catch up with you and they'll just sit in the back of your mind while you're trying to enjoy yourself. And it'll just be like, your car registration's definitely due like this week. Come on, like pay for me. It takes 10 minutes. Everything is so automated at this point. It all takes 10 minutes. Just log in and sit down and do it because you'll feel so much better. I don't know if this is just like me and my life. Everything you do somehow is like a networking opportunity. The number of times I've met someone just on an offhand thing and then I end up seeing them again and we remember each other, huge. I don't know if it's just because Austin is weirdly small and you see the same people all the time in the same places or even in completely different places. Everything has the potential to be networking, which is both wonderful because if you're trying to enter some new field or network more, I don't know, whatever networking is used for. I haven't really tapped into that yet, but knowing people can get you far, number one. Number two, you kind of always have to be on your best behavior because you're not just like a little anonymous face. These people know and remember you and potentially could help you in your future, whether it's career or some other thing. Don't embarrass yourself. And I think that's why it's important also, back to point number 2 about the drinking and the drugs, you gotta be kind of careful because the last thing you want to do is at your like work Christmas party, you don't realize that that's your boss's boss because you've never met your boss's boss, but you might be making an inappropriate joke to your boss's boss right now, and that could be very embarrassing for you and have ramifications in the future. And it's very strange because in college, it's very much split up. You see your professors in the daytime hours when you are sober, hopefully. And then if you're gonna go out at nighttime, you see the other college kids. And there's this day and night, literally and figuratively. Like you can have those two personalities be totally different. Real life, you'll see someone you see people all the time. It's crazy. I guess the moral of the story is like very beneficial to not be an alcoholic. That's convenient. Balancing everything feels nearly impossible. Like it is very fucking hard to be like, not only am I gonna do super great at my job and be super close to all my friends and have an amazing relationship, and I'm gonna work out 7 days a week, and I'm gonna eat super healthy, and I'm gonna invest in my hobbies and have like a big fat savings account, and my house is gonna be spotless. Imagine just how long the list can go. Like you could fill up that list of like the perfect little life that you're gonna have where you have it all and you still sleep 8 hours a night. No, it's so hard to balance like even just work and fun, because they talk about work-life balance as though it's supposed to be like 50-50. It's really like work is like there's so much life, and to balance, if you didn't have to work, to still balance all the life stuff, oh my god, like there's so many things that you could be doing that you feel like you should be doing. Something's always going to get ignored. You just have to kind of cycle through the things that are getting ignored. For example, this week, feeling kind of antisocial, feeling like maybe I only want to see the couple of people I have distinct plans with, not feeling like going to hang out. I don't want to be on this week. I'm tired. A lot of weeks, personally, apartment's a mess. I'm almost never in it because I'm always out doing something. Something's always going to be not happening, and you kind of just have to accept it, because there's no way that you can do everything and not go absolutely fucking insane. So if sometimes you're like, fuck it, I'm ordering a pizza and I'm gonna live off of it for the next 3 days, you're gonna be just fine, because you are maintaining your sanity in these moments by taking away that thought of like, oh my god, and I have to cook for myself. The last thing I want to talk about is comparison is the thief of joy. And people are liars, okay? People, almost everyone, including like your parents, they wake up every day and they go do the things that they gotta do, and everyone just acts like it's super normal. All hunky-dory, dude. I have not a single issue in the world. I just do my little tasks on my little computer, and then I drink my little beer at 5 p.m. and I've never worried about a thing ever. And I know exactly what's going on in my life. They're lying. No one knows what the fuck is happening in their own lives. Is this Ukraine-Russia thing gonna take off? Gas prices, inflation, pandemic over? I don't know. We all wake up every single day and we just try. We just try our best. And sometimes our best is kind of ugly, and sometimes our best is working from bed. Because they gave you a work from home job, who says you cannot sit in bed while you do it? They will never know. I think that you should be allowed to share that far more openly. It bothers me that people don't feel more comfortable being like, fuck. Like, I know I'm trying and I'm doing like all the steps that they say to do, but shit, man, this is hard. Every day I gotta wake up and I gotta do the same thing over again. And if I wanna do anything different, guess what? Costs money. And I gotta do all the other things so I can make the money to pay for the stuff I'm already doing. Let alone being like, let's go on vacation. Everyone is acting like everything's fine and everything's great and that they have the best job in the world and that they've never been happier. They are probably exaggerating for the internet, especially like this phase of your early to mid 20s. It's just lying. It's just trying and lying, because no one has it truly all together. I simply refuse to believe that that is the case, and if they do have it all together, it's because they paid all of their assistants to get it together for them, and those assistants are just trying to make it look like everything is together because they don't have any of their stuff together. And it's just a pyramid scheme. Life is just a pyramid scheme of people pretending to know what's going on. And it's Joe Biden at the top. He has no clue what's happening, and neither do I. And that is my new conspiracy theory, is that we all have no idea what's happening. This meme, I'll put it right here, of Alex Jones where it says, my favorite conspiracy theory is that everything is gonna be alright. Because it is a conspiracy. I trust that if I keep doing the things that make me happy, that make me feel fulfilled, that bring me the most joy, that my life, whatever happens in it, I will feel comfortable tackling and feel pretty good about, because outside of, you know, the few inconvenient things I gotta do, I love everything else. And I think that it's really important to be like, well, you can't love everything. You're not gonna love every second of every day. Throw in something that you're gonna enjoy. Throw in some stuff that you know will support your mental well-being. And also learn to take a break and turn your phone off and just have everyone leave you alone sometimes. Because that's also important. And you don't need to be so available to every single person who ever calls your silly little phone. Those are just some of my thoughts lately about the world as a 20-something who has gone to college and now lives out on my own, literally like a 24-hour drive away from my father. I'm really out here doing it. It's just me. And I'm very thankful to have like built a little support system, both like through my social media platforms and just in my like real life person-to-person contact, because I think this would be really, really hard to do and really, really lonely if I didn't have more people to share my thoughts with on a regular basis. I'm taking all my rings off because I am done and I'm going to drink my magnesium, take off my makeup, and go to bed. I love you. I hope that you are having an amazing quarter life crisis. How long are those supposed to be? Because I feel like 2 years is long enough. I'm ready for mine to be done and over with, and I'm ready to go to bed, for sure. It is 12:09, so I'm gonna go do that. I love you guys. I'll see you later this week with the LA vlog.